the busiest business and markets week in the countdown to Buhari's midterm report starts today with a raft of economic data and high-profile economic and business events in Abuja, the country's political capital, and here in Lagos, the country's financial epicenter. Welcome to Monday, May the 22nd, and from all of us here at Channels Television, we thank you for joining us on our flagship business and markets programming, Business Morning. I am Bosin Mafai. Let's started with the calendar week. Well, let's start from today. Now, what's going to happen? Forecasters are saying that the central bank monetary policy starting its two-day meeting today will keep their fingers off the interest rate button as FX stability remains a priority. Quoted unquote, that's a report released over the weekend by Meristem Securities, one of the investment and securities trading firm here in Nigeria. The trading firm says the stability of the foreign exchange market is critical to the Central Bank of Nigeria and may decide to keep its fingers off the interest rate button. A similar report from Cotros Capital over the weekend in its weekly report stating that the central bank will do nothing as far as interest rates, the cash reserve ratio, liquidity ratio, and the asymmetric corridor are concerned. So, do nothing. Monetary policy meeting starts right now, 10 o'clock local time. That's in Abuja, the country's political capital. Central Bank, Godwin Emefiele, head of the table with other 9 members of the team. Of course, Sarah Alade has since left the central bank, a former deputy governor. We haven't heard of who replaces her at the MPC meeting. So today's decision, or tomorrow's decision, will likely be taken by about 10 members of the MPC committee instead of 11, unless we have that news tomorrow, who replaces Sarah Alade, Mrs. Sarah Alade, on the MPC of the central bank. Today at 2:30 local time, Nigeria Export Promotion Council, called NEPC, will present what it calls its zero oil export plan proposal to the Nigerian Stock Exchange and speak with the market community, as well as closing the trading day. The zero crude oil plan is a program of the Nigeria Export Promotion Council under Segun Awolowo, who is the executive officer of the NEPC, to get Nigeria looking in another direction, holding the card that Nigeria can survive with zero oil export. We put the crude there in bracket. That's an ambitious agenda of the Export Promotion Council, and that will be presented today, later today, to the Nigerian Stock Exchange and the market community. We're reporting that later for you. Wednesday will be Tuesday will be very critical. We're still holding the Monday, Tuesday. Tomorrow morning, about this time, the Bureau of Statistics under Dr. Yemi Kale, the Statistician General, will release the first quarter GDP report at about 10 o'clock in the morning. Already over the weekend, we got the FAC allocations first quarter report showing Nigerians, the federal government, states and local governments shared more than 1 trillion in the first quarter of the year. Did Nigeria actually exit recession in the first quarter? That is what Yemi Kale will be talking about tomorrow morning. A very busy Tuesday for the Statistician General. I flip that to Wednesday and look at one critical information. On Sunday, the acting president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, will be holding an interactive forum in Abuja on the 3 new executive orders that he signed last week, Thursday, May the 18th. This is to provide further clarifications and direction as to the implementation of the 3 new executive orders that he signed in the ease of doing business, how to fast-track budget implementation, and how to ease business in general, including procurement and promoting made in Nigeria. The meeting will be attended by senior and mid-level public officials, according to the Laolu Akande's office in charge of media for the acting president. He says that these officers will be met with by the acting president and hear from them on how they're going to implement the new 3 executive orders. We're talking about these executive orders all through this week in the countdown to Buhari's May 29 midterm report. And on Thursday, we expect the acting president to be at the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industries Presidential Policy Dialogue in Lagos with the president of the Nigerian Stock Exchange Council, Aigbuje Imokwede. That high-profile event will be here, of course, in Lagos. That's the home of the LCCI, and we'll discuss the state of the economy, all in the countdown to Buhari's midterm report. Also on Thursday in the afternoon, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, that's about lunchtime, the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria, AMCON, will release its 2016 financial statements to the analyst community and the media. That will be here in Lagos. We also keeping an eye on this very important government agency that is having a lot under its belt. We'll take a look at that financial statement from AMCON and what it means for this agency moving forward. So we go to Thursday, 25th, and Friday, a very two important days as well, when the Lagos State will hold a two-day international conference on investments towards the next 50 years of Lagos, Nigeria's foremost economic epicenter. Lagos, created 50 years ago, is celebrating its golden jubilee anniversary. Now is holding an investment forum with top individuals like Aliko Dangote, Africa's #1 billionaire, and Femi Otedola, who is the chairman of Forty Oil and Integrated Energy Provider, Patu Tobi, who is an economist and also a literary figure, the managing director of the Nigeria Railway Corporation, as well as the top officials of PwC and Accenture, and we expect other top executives in the entertainment and digital media to be in attendance for the two-day paneled events, kicking off on Thursday with Aliko Dangote in the morning and Femi Otedola later in the day, all of them with other top Nigerian business and economists talking about the next 50 years of Lagos State. Now let's move on quickly and squeeze in a review of the last week trading for you across some of the financial assets and get the head of research at GTI Securities, Chukwuma Anyanwu, to give us his thoughts on what the new heavy calendar week looks like. Look at the markets now, and just overnight we got this from S&P giving a B long-term and B short-term credit rating to Tier 1 listed lender, United Bank for Africa, UBA, and those ratings assigned by S&P, Standard & Poor's, is at par with Nigeria's current sovereign rating. According to this rating agency, says, quote, we expect UBA's earnings will be resilient despite the economic slowdown in Nigeria. We believe, the report went to say, that the bank's capital and earnings under our risk-adjusted capital and earnings framework will remain moderate over the next 12 to 18 months. UBA's capital adequacy ratio, what you call the CAR, 19.7% at the end of 2016, higher than the regulatory threshold of 15%, and believe that this remains stable over the next 12 to 18 months. That's the latest from Standard & Poor's, assigning B to the long-term